in my view, in what I call the planet of the apps. I mean, think about everything we do. If I basically said I'm going to collect everyone's phone and for the next week you can't use it, how would that work? So as you look at what's happening with AI, and they by the way, they call them smartphones because most everything you do under the hood is something having to do with AI. So the idea here is, you know, if you're developing product, if you're a clinician looking at how to use it, understanding where it is and where it's going is critically important because it's ever changing. So here's the other thing, and I'm going to pivot in just a second, but I was almost blown away by this data. Globally, digital device interactions per capita per day. By 2025, this data suggests that the average person is going to have about 5,000 interactions a day. Think about that. Now, again, if you're doing something, you've got a product today, and you see this happening, and all of a sudden you're an optometrist, you're an ophthalmologist, is this something that's going to scare you because it's going to dramatically change how you practice? Or is this an incredible opportunity? Imagine your ability to create an intelligent product and catch this slipstream of the planet of the apps and somehow take advantage of that to serve more people, and at the same time change a business model to become even more successful in whatever you do. So this is something that's happening, and I'm going to put one more finer point on it, because when I look at what's happening around the world, a lot of cool things are happening right here in Singapore. So, you know, those of you who know the story, 2015, Singapore declares war on diabetes. The data at the time showed if nothing else changed, by 2050, 1 out of every 2 Singaporeans could become diabetic. So a lot of great things started happening then. Lots of investments and things around health initiatives to increase physical and health activities. A great national framework for chronic conditions based on primary care settings. But what gets me excited is some of the work they're building on from the past, where there's a company called Cusin that does what's known as advanced nudge theory. So they've got this project going here in Singapore where over a 20-week period, 200,000 Singaporeans participated. And what they found is those who are getting these intelligent nudges are actually doing things like they're improving their steps, they're improving the amount of time they're exercising. All of those things then start putting you on a trajectory to do things like lower mortality for cardiovascular, reduce things like hospitalizations. And all of that is happening because we're now living on planet of the apps, and people are getting smart on how to incorporate those things into basic workflows, basic things that, as we talked about earlier, consumers increasingly are saying they want us to do.